Hi, this is Erin Halvorsen, Rag Rugs by Erin. Today we're going to be talking about making twine, fabric twine. Some people might call this a rope, but rope usually is involving 3 strands instead of 2. I'm going to show you how to make it out of scrap material, and in my case I'm going to be using mostly sheets because that's what I make most of my rag rugs by. So here's like what I'm going to be using. These are leftover sheets, as you can see. And you're going to use something anywhere from 1/4 inch to inch wide, and it's going to show you how to mix all these different things up together. And I'm going to show you the little interesting quick process of using all your scraps up. And then next week I'm going to show you how to make a rag rug using this fabric twine. So let's go ahead and get started. You can see how gorgeous I think it is. If you like scrappy stuff, many of you will think this is very cool as well. The possibilities are endless of what you can make with something like this, in my opinion. Here's my little rug here that I've got started, which I'll show you the next time. And this is made with it, which is super cool, I think, and I'm so excited about it, and I'll tell you how to do that. But let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to show you first how to start it, and then I'm going to show you how to attach it to, like, this one's already started over here. So I'm going to show you, if you've got one started and say you started another one, how to attach them midway through. And some of you might be able to figure it out or might even have a better way of doing it. I just figure things out and then I teach you what I figure out. And a lot of you have great ideas as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's just some scraps. I took a couple pieces. What I'm going to tell you, some tricks that I learned along the way. First of all, to have 2 long pieces, very long pieces at the same time, you might think that's advantageous. To me, it is a detriment, because when you have 2 extremely long pieces, you're constantly fixing them and they get wrapped around each other. So you want to have one shorter and one longer. Also, when you join, you don't want them to join in the exact same spot with 2 different pieces of material, because that's going to make the join not as strong. So we're going to go ahead and show you how we get started. Lyle, you may want to come in and come around the other side. So all you're going to do is make some sort of nice secure knot. I'm just going to show you how I made my knot. Just push it through. I made the length, the beginning length, a little bit different length. So, and you can cut that off or do something later with it. And what you're going to do is, this requires, basically, you're going to twist one way. You're going 2 different ways, and that locks the material in together. So you hold your hand on top of wherever you're twisting like this and put some pressure on it. The one that's on top, or the one farthest away from you, you're going to turn away from you. And you're going to turn it anywhere from 2 to 6 turns. Okay, in the beginning I did more to get it started. And you twist it over it. And now this one becomes the one farthest away from you, or on top. And you twist that one away from you. And you keep your finger here or it will unwind. And then you turn it over the top again. See how then I'm placing my finger on top of it again? So you're going to, the one that's away from you, you're going to turn it away from you and then cross it over the one that's in front of you. And you're going to keep alternating. Okay, so you twist it away from you and then come over it. And now you're doing the X one, away from you, and then pull it towards you. Okay, away. Now I noticed when the material is thinner, I twist more times, and 4 is like a good number for me that I do most of the time. But if I got really thick material, sometimes I only do it twice. Like this one, I'm only going to do 3 because it's a little thicker. Cross it over. You'll feel it in your fingers and you'll get a knack for it. So 2 to 6 times is what I found that I do. Let me do a couple more and show you what it looks like. And you see how I keep pulling it and fixing it? Like that. When it's long, it gets twined. And if you don't do that, you kind of got a big old, they get twisted together. So I kind of get in the little habit of doing that. Okay, so here we go. And there you go. And I can let go of it. And the last one might come undone, but you see how cool that looks. So the possibilities of the colors, and if you can have pops of red and orange and pink or whatever colors you like, and probably what you're using are going to be the colors that you like. I have, fortunately, someone who gives me quite a bit of their scraps too, so I can work on crazy projects like this. Okay, so let me show you then the next thing is showing you how to join the two pieces together. Now you may find a better way that's more efficient than I did, and that's great. Oh, I didn't show you how, and I need to do that. I need to show you how to add a piece of material. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. We may have to pause this video. So I'm just going to take a short piece. If you find yourself with a really narrow piece where it's tapered, sometimes that's easier for adding it. So just adding a general piece to either end, this is how you would do it. When it gets to be 2 to 3 inches long, one end, you're going to then start your next one, putting it either in it or around it. Let's see. Like this, okay, so it can grab it. So 2 to 3 inches. So here's the outside one. I'm twisting that, and I'm crossing over this. Now this is going to be worked together, twist them together, keep your fingers tight on it like that, especially during this time. Cross over. Okay, then you're going to do the same thing, but you're just adding a piece by laying it with it. And I found 2 to 3 inches, about that one might bend 4 inches. Getting it too short is, I don't think you should be getting it too short. It becomes a little bit challenging to me because sometimes the first couple twists don't get it in there. So it's up to you. You'll figure out what you want to do, but that's my suggestion. And see how wide that is? That's wider than 1 inch, isn't it, Lyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wider than 1 inch, and I'm still using it because it's part of the scrap. And in some instances, I rip them and I make them more narrow sometimes, but sometimes I don't. And I kind of like, you know, just using the way it is for the most part. Okay. So, let me show you how it's looking. See how it's twining together? It's twisting together. I'm not going to let it go yet because it's not all the way in. Now, to me, I'm going to show you on next week how to make a rug with it. But I mean, you could make belts with it, you could braid them together and make cool designs. The possibilities are absolutely endless to your imagination of what you could do with this twine. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to add another piece to it. So we're going to add this one. I'll just add this little short one, that'll be easier. So you can see how to add it. What I did is I took one of the pieces and started adding it from the other one. Doing all the same way, the twisting away and crossing over. The twisting away and crossing over. Okay, we're going to pause and I'll bring you back when I'm a little farther down. Okay, so you can see that we're now getting pretty close here. And here's the one from the other one of the one that I am attaching to it. So here's the one that is attached to this one. This is the one that was attached to the main part. And what I'm going to continue to do is keep on doing the same technique. You need to make sure that the one that you are attaching is going to be long enough to come down here. So we're going to get just a little closer, and we're just basically going to make a little bit of a knot here. And it's not a perfect situation, so you may come up with a better way, and ideally you wouldn't need to do this if you were just continuing on, but things don't always happen that way. So here I'm just going to make a knot. And some of you may have some really great knot skills. I'm not trying to be sarcastic or smart, but some people just are really good with knots. I won't profess that by any stretch of the imagination. You see how tight I'm making it? I'm going to cross it around and do it again. And make another knot. And then show you what it looks like. Make it really tight when you pull it. See how tight that is? Okay, and let me trim this off. And just make sure you don't get into the other one. So there you go. You can trim it just a little bit better. Sorry, I keep hitting Mr. Cameraman here, Lyle. And whatnot. But remember, this is just twine and scrap. This isn't the Taj Mahal that we're going to be showing this in. So this is an idea here of how you can do it. And then you will notice some places that you want to trim things, and you can just go back over it and come in. So that's a pretty good little place. If you move it around, you really can't see very much. It's right here. So that's pretty good. It's pretty well hidden. So that's how you add it together, and then let's see what kind of things you can come up with your twine. But that's how you make it really super cool. And come back next week and I will show you how to make a rug with it. Thank you.